The next chapter in the security module, SC-900, which is describe password protection and management capabilities of Azure AD. Now, if you guys wondering what is password protection here, well, it is very interesting, and I'm pretty sure you have seen or faced maybe unknowingly, like this is the password protection, but you have faced it for sure. For example, when you try to choose a password and there is a prompt, make it more secure, or password is uh, less than the optimum strength, kind of, right? So the point is, we're not defining the password policies. If you think what we used to do in the Windows AD, or we can do even with the help of Azure AD, we are not doing that. It's different. This password protection will not allow people to choose most common and weak passwords, like password, right? PASSWORD. People choose that, like QWERTY, QWERTY on the keypad, uh, like welcome, right? Welcome at 1 2, I love you, those kind of passwords. So there is a list of passwords which are weak and most used, and we once you enable the password protection, it would not allow it. Azure AD would not allow your people or your users to choose those passwords. So this is the overview of password protection and management capabilities of Azure AD. Let's dig it a little deeper. Okay. So if we need to define it, it's a feature of Azure AD which reduce the risk of users setting weak passwords. As I said, password. What's your password? It's password. So it's a weak password. So Azure AD password protection detects and blocks known weak passwords and their variants. For example, if you choose password, it could be P. Instead of A, you chose @, then instead of SS, you chose $. So these are the variants. So it will not only block the password, it will also block the related variants or the possible variants to choose. Okay. That's how it works. Okay. Weak password along with their variants. So with Azure AD password protection, default global banned password lists are automatically applied to all users in an Azure AD tenant. But for that, you got to have the license, Azure AD P1 or P2 for this particular feature. It is not available on basic, but once you have that feature, you can apply it and you would have this global banned password list applicable to your Azure AD users. So whenever they choose, it would not allow if that password is in that list or in the variant of that list. So you should use additional feature for sure, but because this is a one type of protection, but it is not protecting you overall. For that, of course, we have MFA, multi-factor authentication, and Microsoft always recommends and says if we use MFA, we are saving 99.9% of those kind of attacks that could be with a single password, because they might crack your password, but they do not have your biometrics or your phone, right? So what is this global banned password list? Let's check this out a little bit, and who maintains that, how it gets updated. So we need to check this part as well. So a global banned password list with known weak passwords is automatically updated and enforced by Microsoft. So you need not to do anything. You just need to apply it and it would be maintained and taken care already by Microsoft. Okay. Now, This is this global banned password list. This is actually maintained by Azure AD identity protection team. This is one of the security feature in the premium P2 license, Azure AD identity protection. We did talk about it a little bit in this series, and I think we also talk about in detail in the other videos that we have created. But for now, you can easily understand Azure AD identity protection team is already working on it, and they are very, very skilled and using ML and those things, using all those data and working on it every day. It's a live kind of thing, right? Anyway, so let's not go there. Stick to the global banned password list. So that's what it is. That's how it is maintained. Microsoft takes care of it. You need not to worry. You just need to enable it, and it will also take care of your variants, as we talked about. And if an Azure AD user tries to set their password to one of these weak passwords, which is a part of the list, they receive a notification to choose a more secure password. We already have seen that knowingly or unknowingly. Maybe that is the same thing where you choose the password. It would say to choose more secure password. It would not say the character number and those things, which is as per the password policy, which is a different thing. Okay. All right. Now, this is global banned password list. Now, what if there are other things like that? For example, if people are working in Texas, they will use cowboy, right? That could be a weak password for those particular folks. Similarly, if somebody is in India or maybe in Delhi, they will use Delhi at 123. Maybe, I'm just saying, India at 123, things like that. So you could come up with your custom banned password list as well, where you can prepare that list as per your understanding. You could use certain methods for that, and you can add those password as well in the password protection. So it's not like the global band, it is like global plus the custom band. And I hope you understand how custom band can be interesting, right? If I'm right now I'm in Rajasthan, and I could use, or people might be using Rajasthan at da 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 123 321 456 789, but you can block those kind of passwords as well. It could be maybe you're working with the woodland and you're using woodland in 123, right? It may not it may or it will not make to the global band password list, but it should make in the custom band password list, right? So those kind of things come in the custom band, and you can apply that along with the global band password list. Now, what kind of attacks can be saved by utilizing this password protection, including global plus custom band list? Well, spray attacks are the attacks this protection will save you from. So Azure AD password protection will help you defend against password spray attacks. Okay, most password spray attacks submit a small number of known weakest passwords against each of the account in an enterprise. This technique allows the attacker to quickly search for an easily compromised account, right? And this is not like someone sitting there and doing it, typing manually. This is all automated. So it's very easy. They can try all the weak password in just a matter of few minutes, right? Okay, so that's how this kind of protection it gives. It gives us the protection from the password spray attacks. Okay, now this is Azure AD, but you can also utilize this feature for the hybrid security. That means you can share that list with your Windows Azure AD, and your Windows Azure AD will apply the policies stating choose the more secure password. Because you're using a weak password, that password is in the global banned list. But for that, there is and some component needs to be installed. But for this particular certification, we just need to know it can be you can utilize it for the hybrid environment as well. For protection, we need the license P1 or P2. It could be global band, it could be custom. Global band is taken care by Microsoft Azure AD Identity Protection team, and the custom is all yours. This is all we need to know for now. Maybe for SC 200, 300, and 400, we'll dig it deeper. Till then, thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.